Cloudspire by far has been my most played game, and I really wish someone covered the expansions for the game. I thought, why not just give my opinion on each expansion myself? This is not a complete breakdown or unboxing video, but more overall experience with a specific expansion, what my thoughts would be if I had a friend ask me for advice. For this section, we're covering the premium health chips that you can get for the game. Let me explain the scoring system I use for the expansion, give my final answer, and go over how I came to my biased answer. Let's start with score. When scoring expansions, I use a 1 to 3 scale based on this idea. If it's a 3, get it because it adds a lot of good content to the base game for a good price. If it is a 2, it doesn't add too much, but if purchased, it's not a bad purchase. Or a 1, it's not worth it at all because of bad design or complete lack of any good content. Premium health chips for me are a 3. And you know what? I'm shocked that I can even recommend a cosmetic purchase such a high number. Let me explain how I got there. This is one of the last expansions that I purchased for the game. I'm a content per dollar guy, and when I purchased the game, I bought everything except the miniatures and premium health chips. Playing the base game was an aesthetically good experience. The quality of material, all of it is top notch, and I'm happy it's not cardboard or paper cards or paper-based map tiles. The game feels great. I never had any intention of purchasing premium health chips, but when I got the miniature expansion, I decided to add them in because we were playing the game a lot and everyone online just kept saying that it's a must. But why was it a must when we already have plastic chips to use in the base game? Well, they came in and we started our next game with them, and man, oh man, it's a touch thing that can only be experienced and not so much explained. The weighted chips add a unified feel to the game and made the non-stop moving up chips and the removing and adding of health chips such a pleasant delight to the touch. Now I do have a complaint that I don't think many players will reach, but we have had a few 4-player games where we run out of the premium chips. It's not a major issue, but it still happens to us. We bought an extra set to make sure it never happened again. But again, it's a $30 expansion for 69 chips and nothing else. I mean, it doesn't even come in a nice box. That is roughly 43 cents a chip. But this is where I must also remind myself that they will be used every single game forever afterwards of Cloudspire. And if you have other chip theory games, you can add these chips to those games as well. I use them in Too Many Bones. It's money, and it's a lot of money. You can get Horizon's Wrath, which has 33 chips that you can use in the market phase in all other games, and that also includes a faction for the same price. But not every game will have the Horizon Wrath faction in it, but 100% of the games will use the premium chips. Here's my recommendation if you fall under any of the categories mentioned. If you play this game 5 times a year, I will tell you that your experience will increase, and this may be a better expansion to get for learning the game. Since you're still learning the game mechanics, this won't interfere in the learning but only enhance it. If you get this game at table 10 times a year, I will say this is a no-brainer, pick it up, and you most likely already did. If you get this game on the table 5 times a year and you're on a tight budget but you do want more Cloudspire content, I would pass this for a faction expansion first. But if you have a faction expansion, this should be followed up after. If you're new to Cloudspire and your budget is tight, I would pass on this for at least a faction expansion or the Portal Seeker expansion. If you're new to Cloudspire and you don't care for money and are about experience, this should be your second item purchase right after the base game, followed by base game miniatures. Remember, the base game is not cheap. The base game is for people who want to invest their time into one game for many playthroughs. Base game is not a pick up and play. It is going to be 10 games to really understand all the complexities and how they work together. But if you're like me who plays this game 2 times a month and loves PvP, this is a must get.